Hey guys, Jib here, and welcome back to a Call of Duty Vanguard video. And I have gotten in 5 to 6 hours now of Vanguard gameplay now that it is launched, and I figured I'd go ahead and give my first overall thoughts now that I've pretty much maxed out a gun and I've almost gotten to level 55. Talk about some things that I'm seeing some issues with personally. So far, I can't give a bad don't buy it or it's bad review. I'm not sitting on that. I think it's starting off a little bit better than Cold War when it comes to multiplayer. We have more maps and we have different player counters we can play on said maps. But I am noticing a trending and pattern that I'm not kind of happy with at the moment, and I would like to see your feedback down in the comment section below as well. So there's 4 major issues that I'm having right now. As the night progressed, I started noticing these more and more, so I figured I'd bring them up. First of all, visibility. It is still a major issue in this game. Seeing enemy players, them standing out. If there is a perk or proficiency or attachment that allows you to like see name tags over bodies a whole lot easier, I'm probably going to have to use it, especially on certain maps. There's 2 desert maps where most of the players blend in with the map, one of which is really bad. And I stood back on stream and just spectated the wide open in front of me. I'm like, hey, let me know if you spot any people. Can't see anyone, and then you see the tracers are start coming in. But it really can't see them. It's difficult. And in a fast-paced shooter like this, visibility needs to be key. That's one of the things I like about, Treyarch games. Cold War, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, very colorful, and the players pop. You can actually make them out. But so far in Vanguard, I'm noticing more and more maps where seeing players is a little bit more difficult, and you need to get up close to be able to like properly track them and see them, and it's just a little bit concerning. I don't think I've played all the maps yet. I think I've played a good chunk of them, but the 3 maps that currently stand out for visibility issues are the 2 desert maps and Berlin. I can't remember if there's any more after it, but it's just the darkness plus player skins and stuff like that. They don't pop. So I'm going to have to see if there's a way I can navigate that. Next, spawns. I can tell they've messed with spawns on some maps. Spawns are still very bad. And not just on the small maps. Like I get it when you're playing Blitz and you're playing on DOS House, the spawns are going to freak out. Fully understand that. I've pretty much played Domination all night, and they still, where people were spawning literally in front of each other. I can understand that on tiny maps because you're wanting it's the shipment type thing. But I was noticing on medium and large size maps as well, people were spawning on top of each other, spawning in front of them. Spawn logic is still needing a lot of work. Like, you started, but it needs more. And I'm noticing one of the reasons why I had mentioned in yesterday's video, or my previous Vanguard video, is because it seems like you're still trying to spawn players mainly on their teammates. And if their teammates are moving or in a, possibly in a gunfight or throwing grenades and stuff like that, that's gonna end up being a bad spawn. I caught a lot of L's in my first stream simply by spawning in bad locations. And that's zero okay with that. There is no excuses for that. Y'all have started working on it. You need to put in a lot more work and get them a little bit safer. I know in the beginning y'all had a delay. We don't need a delay. We just need hard-coded spawns around the entire map with the chance of spawning on teammates if certain ones are not safe. And when I say safe, there should be, if you can do an eye-based scan of player and out the backside, not just the front, if there is an enemy in sight and proximity, that's how you're going to get a much safer spawn. I'll understand if grenades come in, but maybe you have to give like a half a second grenade protection. That way, like, you spawn and then it lands at your feet, it doesn't hurt you. Maybe that's the solution. But spawns need a lot of work. Something that's also a major issue when it's coming to these different player kind of game modes that I don't know if y'all thought about it or not, but when you start playing certain maps, you run into it a lot, especially like the sub map where you have different submarines that you got to go on top and play it. Body collision, player collision. It's very, very bad. You get knocked out of the ways. You can't maneuver quick enough. You're like getting stuck in places. I think if you're going to have these multitude of player count game modes where you can increasing on the map, You need to make it where players can't body block or collide with one another. This is an issue we've had in previous CODs, and then some previous CODs straight up fix it by like, oh hey, teammates, they can walk through each other, but you can't walk through an enemy. That makes perfect sense to me. Because some of these maps are quite small and are giving the shipment-esque experience, and when two people start spawning next to each other or right off the bat, it's like playing pinball, and that's one thing that can get very frustrating very fast for any sort of player, especially the way, oh hey, I want to go that way, I want to run towards that door, and then pushed off, and then especially if you catch stray shots because you've bounced off your player, that'll piss you off really quick, and I had it happen a lot tonight. So Sledgehammer, maybe you need to look into where teammates can pass through one another. I think that'd be a good solution. Another thing that I've ran into a lot is the head glitching safe space-esque locations. I was running FMJ a lot. I think FMJ on my weapon, so I get higher bullet penetration through a lot of walls. But I noticed there was quite a bit of walls where people were head glitching that I could not even slowly damage them or anything like that. Like, it was full blown, no damage being done to them, but they were very easily head glitching and dropping us off. There was the snow map where people are able to get on top of the buildings and the churches, and it's like, not only do you have the lip of the house protecting now, that if you try to shoot through, you also have the head glitch of the little church bell itself location. I think things like that need to be blocked off or drop it down so the player model is like waist up visible, because some of these are so bad you're only seeing like neck up at best, like wherever the gun bullet comes out of the top of the head or the eyes. That's all that's exposed, and you're gonna catch a lot of people not wanting to move, especially with the time to kill being as quick as you can. I noticed a lot of people backing out throughout my stream last night. There's a lot. I mean, I backed out a couple times too, especially when you get into one. It's like you got a couple people head glitching, and there is literally nothing you can do. You chuck grenades, and it doesn't do anything. But you have to hit it at a very specific angle. FMJ on weaponry, assault rifles trying to shoot through the wall. You're not getting any hit markers, so your only choice is to like overwhelm the one position, and in doing so, like, you're losing other parts of the map, and or the enemy's starting to take over, get more kills, things of the nature. So I think they need to maybe stop by videos, streams, or just have people log where a lot of these safe spacey head glitches are, and try to nerf them one way or the other. But really, so far, that's my biggest issues as of the moment. I haven't noticed skill-based matchmaking super strong yet. I could just be because literally the game just dropped, and we're just trying to match whoever we can. I imagine as time progresses, more people get it. We'll be able to see it then. I'm happy that the pity streak system of Cold War is not in here. If you got streaks, you earn them, typically. But I think the other thing that I'm kind of keeping an eye on right now is the destructible environments and doors. So I thought in the beginning it was going to be kind of like Rainbow Six Siege, where certain areas of the map will be destructible, but I noticed like on the farm map, I can't remember the name of these because, like I said, I haven't played as much. You can literally destroy so much of the map that you can set up head glitches that you cannot counter. Like, I had a snipe, I found a couple on that map where snipers tried to take me out. They couldn't do a damn thing. And I don't know, we might need to relook at some of these maps and either make certain areas not destructible, or just try to reduce the overall amount of destruction on the map. Because I don't know, it could be like certain parts of the map can start off playing fine, but as you progress, it turns into a bad chaos where like people will literally set up little holes and just watch spawns and lines of sight. Because I think your spawn system is not good enough to recognize that pinhole of viewership, so you can literally watch people spawn. So we'll keep an eye out on this. I am going to be grinding all weekend. For those of you who are wondering, I will be streaming some on YouTube, streaming some on Twitch. Last night I streamed over on Twitch. But yeah, I'm gonna keep grinding, and I'm gonna keep my mind open. I'm trying not to watch other people get their opinions, watch other gameplay. I'm trying to actually create this all from my own. So I don't have a final verdict on it right now. I would say just hold off at the moment, don't feel the need to rush out and immediately buy this. I think that's my verdict as of right now. Wait for a little bit more, maybe a week to pass, and see how you like it if you're watching videos, footage, or seeing people's reviews. But as right now, these are the main issues. If they seemingly to progress and get worse, which typically they do when people start realizing they can take advantage of them, game becomes a little bit more problematic, painful to play. But as of right now, people are still new, so we'll keep that in mind. But hopefully this has been informative to you. I'm just trying to keep a log of what's going on, like I did with the previous video. I gave my pre-Vanguard thoughts, and this is like day one. So I might not make videos like this every single time, but I'm just trying to keep it updated. So if you appreciate a video like this, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.